does.
Where's my love?
Good to see. I didn't see you back there.
It's the blue blur.
Okay, hello, everybody.
What's up? Hi. That was an awesome intro.
It was an awesome week. I know this sounds weird, but I actually enjoyed it more once I got home. I think I was overwhelmed in real time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So before we get into our guests, I just want to say hi to Battle. Battle was in every live first, even the non-Jackson ones. And his birthday's coming up soon, and I won't be doing a live on your birthday, but happy birthday in advance, Battle. Hey Al, I missed you. Yo, it's MJJ Anonymous.
Hey.
Oh, thank you, Christy. She was in my last live, literally 40 minutes earlier. Oh, James. Oh, what's good? And Lee. Oh my gosh. There's so many people here. Oh, and Leah back. Butterfly. All right. So, hey, Scott. So we're just going to get into this because we want to schedule. First of all, I would like my guests to introduce themselves. We have a new one in here. So let me see if I can make each one of y'all solo. Let's see. Starting with
Hi, everybody. It's me, MJ Fangirl from YouTube. And I'm excited to chat with you guys all about the Blue Sapphire event, do a little bit of a recap. So, yeah, thanks for having me, Trish.
Anytime. And a new face.
Hello, Jennifer Jackson. I am Jen Jackson on Instagram. Thank you for the invite. It's my first time, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to join you guys.
And our regular live.
Hey, yo. If y'all don't know me, my name is Tori, and you can find me on my channel called Invincible Jacksons. And I'm excited to be here tonight. It's a lot to unpack.
And another regular.
Hi, it's Rocky's World 777. Check out my channel for anything that's travel and life experience. Majority Jackson and Michael Jackson stuff.
And last but not least, my name is Gadget Trish from the I Love the Jackson Family channel. If you're new to this channel, it's all about the Jackson. It's all about love. And full disclaimer, none of us was invited or paid to do this event. This is purely out of our own pockets. And we just reviewing it based on our experience. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, we're starting with the breakdown. If you're not familiar with the breakdown, if you go to the MJ1 ticket booth, they will literally tell you what the breakdown is. So just in case you go, well, how do you guys know this? Well, for starters, make sure you sub to me and Tori's YouTube channel because we told you about this. And if you didn't sub to our channel, that's how you get the breakdown for the day. So we're kicking it off with Dun, 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 dun. Brunch, everyone. All right. Brunch was, here's the menu. Who wants to talk about the food first?
I do.
Go for it.
I went in fully expecting a smorgasbord of food, including vegan options, dairy free options, and I was wrong. I could not eat. Well, I was not. I was okay. So I could eat a couple things, but I really couldn't eat anything. They had amazing looking pastries, egg quiches, like charcuterie cups, like different like aged cheeses and stuff, and fruit. But because I'm like lactose intolerant and allergic to everything, I couldn't have any of it. But it looked amazing.
For the ones who didn't have the allergies, how was the food like? Because we lived through you. I couldn't eat anything but the fruit, and same thing with Teresa. She only had fruit. So, what did you guys get to eat?
So I'm gonna say apologize right now because I hyped up last year's breakfast. I was talking about the breakfast burritos, the ice cream at 9 in the morning. I'm so sorry. But this year, yeah, like MJ Fangirl said, there was like charcuterie cups. I was just walking around like that looked bougie, and I finally asked the man like, "Oh, what is this?" And he told me. And then of course there were those croissants. Can't really see it, but in the bottom left corner, there's like these apple Danish things. Those are pretty good. However, I wish they had them like warm as well as the croissants because it was very like stiff and it was like cold. I like the egg bite things. Those are really good. And then the bagel sandwich was new. I would have got it, but like I'm not super huge on cheese, so somebody else would have to take that part.
Oh, you know me.
How about you, Rocky?
Well, I'm gonna piggyback on what Invisible Jackson's just said, only because I ate almost everything that was there, but she's right. It's like it was cold, and if I had to compare last year's event versus this one with the food, it was better. I ate the cheeses. I think my favorite one was a sandwich. I don't know if anyone had it. I don't know what it was with meat in there, but that was my favorite one. Everything else was just okay. It was like, all right.
And Jennifer, how was the breakfast for you or brunch?
I didn't eat anything. I'm kind of like a picky eater. The juice was beets, and I thought it was orange juice, but it wasn't. It was mixed with something else. So I didn't have anything to drink, and I didn't have anything to eat. So
Okay,
it didn't work out for me.
So in me and Tori's live the other day, I said, "Oh, I give the overall experience a 9 and out of 10." This was the reason why. Like, I mean, I don't mind eating just fruits, but last year, it was way more selections. Like there was oatmeal, and there was a vegan burrito. I think a oatmeal would have been a great thing to have as an option because that's gluten free, that's vegan, So, but overall, it's free. Just I would just add an oatmeal with some maybe fruit toppings for people who have allergies and stuff. But otherwise than that, you're right. It wasn't like last year, but it was still nice to have the free brunch.
Yeah, I agree. And I also wanted to say, like, the schedule for the entire event, day's events was very jam packed. So, like, I was kind of relying on that as like, okay, I'm going to have the brunch and it's going to keep me going throughout the day. But that wasn't the case. So, I would say for anybody that's considering going next year or whenever, just pack a granola bar or something just in case, because the day is very busy and Vegas, things are very far apart. There's like a food court, but who wants to get that in the morning? I ended up getting like a cheeseburger and fries like at 11 a.m. or something, but I didn't want that. I would have rather had something at the brunch. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and MJ Fangirl got lucky. We legitimately had granola bars in our bag, but we know from our lifestyle and allergies to always do that regardless, because most of the time there's no accommodations. But since they had accommodations last year, I thought it would be safe, but I lucked up. I literally bought a box of granolas, so I was good in that sense. And then me and MJ Fangirl got like French fries later on that day. So,
Did I have a question? Did anyone had the drinks that they were serving?
Yes, I liked it a lot.
I didn't like it.
Wait, what were the drinks? Did they have like
So one of them I thought it was orange juice, but it wasn't. It was, I don't know what it was. I took a sip and it wasn't for me. I wish they had like orange juice or like grape juice or something. I didn't eat anything till Hard Rock, I think.
Are you serious?
Oh,
yeah.
I was looking forward to the brunch because Tori hyped it up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I have my theory about the brunch, but I'm gonna wait until later. It's not a bad theory. It can kind of be understandable, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Teresa said the juices was horrible, but I keep forgetting I really eat and drink like that for real. And I wasn't thinking I'm drink, it's my normal food / drinks. So I was like, oh, something I'm familiar with. So usually the drinks, those healthy drinks are kind of gross. I don't know if you saw my live my vlog last year, but it tastes really healthy. But this one was better than last year's drink. That's all. I like this one better. Somebody else said something that caught my eye. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was beets or something. Yeah, I'm here for all of it. Oh God. So what was the next thing? Oh, the special guest. Now I forgot to take a picture with Prince. That's why I'm using the one from the media. Thank God. Cheryl gave this to me. I was with Prince at least 3 or 4 times and forgot to ask for a picture the whole time.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was so focused on asking him the most random questions that I forgot to take a picture. I have a picture with the whole group though. It was a whole bunch of us with a blanket. I do have that picture, but I don't have a solo picture. So that me looking like a stalker in the back of his shoulder, that's as good as it gets.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know.
Let me see if I can I solo this? Hold up, where is it? I said, oh, this is so cute. It's like, what is funny. And then it's funny, Shelly has the other stalker picture.
Yeah.
No, but Shelly's was like, I was like, do y'all know she's on here?
Here it goes. Now, this is it blown up. See? Look at my little head behind his shoulder.
She's looking like, you call?
That's funny.
I was summoned.
So how was your well, actually, I'll start with Jennifer. Were you able to get a picture with all 3 of them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you lucky.
I got a picture with Prince by himself, with BG by himself, and Miles by themselves. And then I got a picture with BG and Prince together. That was pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How about you, Rocky?
I got one with BG, but I didn't use my own phone. The guy said, "Hey, would you like to use your phone?" For some reason, I just said no, but it's supposed to be on his site, so I got to find it. But I didn't take individual photos with me and Prince or Miles or anyone.
Oh my God. Butterfly says, I look like a stalker. I know, right? Awkward. How about you, MJ Fangirl? Were you able to get pictures of all 3 of them?
No. So I have a picture with BG and Honey. So there's the 3 of us in that picture. And then I just have the group photo with Prince. But I do have the footage of like the little Q&A thing that we did. So I'm considering that like a picture, but I don't really have one.
Oh, that's actually here because Teresa goes, just do a screenshot. And I'm like, you're right. That's probably the only moment that we're like with him without no one else in it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And Invincible, did you get a picture of all 3 of these people?
Yeah, I got Miles first, and then I'm trying to think. I think I got BG next, and then I got Prince after. Like he was the last one.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Either Miles left first, because I'm like, I remember I was looking for him and he just gone, so I never got it.
Want to know a secret?
What?
I think he went to the Immersive. I was no, I'm kidding. They were just talking next to me.
I was looking for him too. Actually, I saw him very briefly, but all I know is that he came back for the group picture. Because he was there. I remember them trying to get him up the stairs to do that photo. Well, I saw the footage back and I was like, oh, Miles was there. But yeah, he was kind of incognito.
Right? I was like, where did he go? This was really cool and very surprising. Usually when they do the brunch, well, at least last year it was just Prince. And I think the year before it was Prince, Taj, and Siggy, right?
Last year, right?
No, the year before. The
Yeah, I
one
think
when we were in Gary and they were there.
Oh,
actually BG, TJ and his family, Taj, Prince, and Janet on the low were there, but I think Janet was trying to like stay low key, and then I think BG was trying to like get out, like beat the crowd, and I wasn't there. It's just what I heard.
What, for Gary? Or this?
No, this. Were you talking about this or that one?
The one from 2021.
Were you talking about the birthday, the Vegas event for 2021?
The one we weren't at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Could you imagine Janet? It would be a little nuts. It was nuts with these three. Could you imagine Janet Jackson?
Yeah, Janet did not need to. I'm so glad she enjoying her vacation. Janet did not need to be here. It was like, it was a lot.
The brunch was pretty low key until I think like Prince and BG and Miles came, and it was kind of like, and then it was almost like a little circle or like a bubble around them with everyone wanting to take pictures. And that was really nice that they were gracious enough to take pictures with everyone. But I will say that was pretty much that. Like after they came, it was pretty much like almost like a meet and greet. It kind of like
basically,
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean that was cool though, because I know a lot of people probably have never gotten the chance to like meet them. So that's really nice.
It's so funny, like even like your description just now. Look at the whole thing with BG. Like everyone's around BG. Like that was literally almost the whole morning after they got in there.
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't this have been like considered the first time he's out doing this in public?
Probably since Gary, Indiana. Yeah, I think he hasn't done this for like 5 years or something.
5 years. Yeah.
But don't quote me on the date. I remember the last time I saw all of them was Gary, Indiana, and it pretty much changed between like the siblings. Then it was just Prince and like the cousins that were just joining that year.
Yeah.
So, I would have loved to see TJ. TJ said he wanted to come this year, but they told him at the last minute, and he was already, well, TJ, you can come next year. You can come next day, TJ. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I know, right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to bring back, well, I guess it would be kind of awkward if they did it this way because it wasn't a meet and greet. But like how we were talking about in the other live, how we wished it was kind of like roped off to make an organized line.
Yeah.
At least for the meet and greet, that would have been nice. Also,
they had that last year, and then this year we need, like I said, we need those line cues to avoid us doing that weird fishbowl thing to them.
Also, compared to last year, I wish they had the music blasting because I was ready for another Soul Train line moment. I was like,
yes, me too.
No,
there was no music, right? Or was there at all?
Not really.
No.
But you know what had cracked me up in MJ Fans vlog when they were going, "You telling me?" Yo, her reaction had me weak, bro. She was just like, "What's going on?"
I was like, "Wait, are we really doing this right now?"
I was in the front area where the bar was. Who started that?
Antonio. I think it was Antonio.
It was so funny to see. And then, of course, MJ Fangirl has her angle. I have my angle. I was just on the floor. I was just like, Tori had her angle. That was actually my favorite part. That was the only thing that felt like last year in terms of the crowd energy.
Yeah.
So the next part is the immersive. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So let's give a shout out to this smoky awesomeness. I have no idea how they made this smoky. God knows what this was. But it was. I would just be like, how are they doing this? It was like colorized smoke design. Like who?
That was cool.
That was really
awesome. Epic. I love that effect. Yeah.
They did good on that.
So then we start off with Smooth Criminal. I guess we'll go in the order that I see you guys. Rocky, what was your thoughts about this one?
Everything. It was for me a 10 out of 10. At least, well, to one thing, I would have expected it to have much more space, like Club 30s would be, like a wider area. But for the performance, chef's kiss. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. That was my favorite.
And you, Tori?
Don't get me all. But when I first walked in, I was just like, "Oh yeah, it's a room." I was looking at the snacks. I'm not gonna lie. And then all of a sudden, I hear boom, and I'm like, "Wait a second. And I'm like, I'm trying to vlog, so I had to pull my camera out. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And then when they went, I was so close when they went to do the lean. I didn't realize they were doing the lean until they started doing it. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I looked down. I'm like, did they do it the way Michael did it? And I saw the nails on the floor. I was like, they did that. They did that.
Yeah.
And you, Jen?
I agree. I loved it. I love the lean part. The lean part, I was not expecting them for them to do it, but they did it. Good job on that. It was a pretty cool room. I wish we could have hung out more in the bar. I wish that would have been like a hangout room.
I agree.
Yeah. But I loved it. It was really nice, and I love they had the jukebox there. That was pretty cool too. So good job.
And you, MJ fangirl?
Well, I loved like the recreation of the bar and the jukebox. To me was like my favorite part. I kind of was bummed out that we couldn't get closer, and it was kind of like something just to pass by. I liked the performance. I thought that was cool, but like for me, what I really would have loved is like a little bit more of like a photo op in that room, because I felt like that room was like, I mean, everybody wanted to be like in Smooth Criminal, so like that room to me really should have had kind of like, well, some of the later songs had like the photo op or the video making experience. Like it would have been really cool to do something like that for Smooth Criminal. So yeah, that's how I felt about it.
So it's interesting you brought that up, because this is actually one of my favorite rooms. This is my second favorite room. And I agree with you in the sense of this is the room that you wanted to stay in. Now, this would be equivalent to the Beat It room that we had in New York, but unfortunately, we didn't have that same experience. In the Beat It room, we got to stay there for hours. That's where they had the seats.
Wow.
That's where they had the snacks. Like Rocky will tell you, literally, this would be equivalent. Like that's where you get your free snacks from. That's where you have your quote unquote sitting. We didn't have the sitting one here.
I was actually expecting something like that for this one, because the immersive for the New York, I agree. We didn't really leave until they kicked us out, because it was such a wide space to where you could just hang out, take photo ops, like you said. We sat around, we ate, we just chilled. It was cool. So I was actually expecting Smooth Criminal to be a lot like that, except that once the performance was over, you had to go into the next room immediately. They'll just get you into the next room. So
yeah, I wish that it had been opposite. Like the room that we were let out of, like after the last song, I guess we'll get to it, but like the one with all the TVs, that should have been like the queue where we wait to go through. I feel like, because Smooth Criminal should be something where we should like be able to hang out and like take photos and pictures and stuff,
like a real 1930s bar. You're right.
Yeah. I hope if they ever do the immersive again, they have it so you have the option just to hang out. And it doesn't even have to be the performance thing. Maybe find another way to do the performance thing, but have more where the guests could just stay there. But this was definitely one of my favorites for sure. But you're right. It was like you never had a moment to take pictures. It was just like, hey, look at this awesome room. Now you have to leave. So
yeah.
They didn't waste no time. They was like, all right, guys, move to the... I put my bag down to adjust something. And they were like, let's
get out.
go.
I got kicked out when I was trying to take that video in the jukebox when I flipped the coin. Like, okay, go now. Oh no.
So Earth Song, interesting room. I really thought we were having a Thriller moment. I was not kidding. I was having like flashbacks from Thriller night. I was like, please don't let there be no zombies again. But when I started hearing this song, I said, oh, it's Earth Song. This room was interesting. I'll let MJ Fangirl go first this time and then go backwards to Jenna, backwards.
I thought this room was interesting. This was the first room where I got to experience like stepping on something and it like actually interacting. They had the floor that was basically gravel and sticks, and when you stepped on it, it kind of like broke the sticks apart, so it felt like you were, walking, I guess, in the music video. When I went in there again, it was kind of like I felt like I had to be moving on to the next, so I didn't get a chance to do this video in between the two trees like Michael did. I wish I could have. I was also only there on the 29th for one time. So that was, I think, probably maybe the busiest day where there was a lot of people in and out. So I didn't get a chance to experience that part, but I thought it was cool. I would say, though, that this was my least favorite room because I didn't really feel like I was in the music video outside of just that corner where people were doing the video experience thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, my camera.
Actually, I missed some comments. Actually, let's going back to the room before. I felt that each room we was rushed, not like in New York where we were allowed to stay as long as we wanted. That's true. The only room we had to leave was Thriller. We literally got to be in every room for as long as we wanted to be in there.
Yeah.
But they had so much more space, so I could see why they weren't rushing us out.
In New
Go
York,
ahead.
did they have 4 songs or was it more?
Yeah, we 3
It-
songs, but one was a media room.
But
Oh.
here's the thing though. You said 4 songs, but with those songs, they were in between rooms. So it's like, okay, for example, if you get into the Billie Jean room, which was way bigger, you go in and then you have like a waiting room for Thriller. So it's not necessarily Thriller, it's a waiting room, and even that was spectacular.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like in between. Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was awesome.
Man.
Yeah, I think like what New York had over Vegas, we had so much more space. That
Yeah.
was the biggest game changer. You're
That was,
like,
yes, it
bro,
was. Mhm.
it was like a studio apartment compared to a 4-family home. Like that's how much space we had compared to Vegas. I was like, what the?
Yeah, yeah.
Jennifer, how was your thoughts on Earth Song?
I actually like that room. I have to say that's one of my favorite rooms because I feel like Earth Song is an underrated song. And I like the video experience. I thought that was really cool. And I actually got to film myself doing that. My favorite part of the music video, which is when he's like, all into the trees. And we got to sing our heart out. And I feel like we didn't get kicked out in the room while we were like yelling and singing. So I loved it. And I loved like the floor, but especially that like red area in the video. So it's my favorite.
And you, Tori?
I feel like this room became one of my favorites for what like we made it.
I agree.
Like like the clip that you got of us singing, it wasn't as like crazy as what we did like earlier because we had a whole chorus. Somebody was leading Michael's part, so that was fun. Like what we made it. It was surprising that this was the song. Like when I was walking through that green, I was like, okay, what is this? And the lady was like, welcome to the Earth Song room. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I did love the video opportunity. I look silly in mine. But I think the biggest surprising thing was the floor. Like I kept feeling something like crack under my feet. And I was like, okay, I don't know what it's doing. And then finally someone was like, oh, the floor is interactive. Like this is only the second time that this floor has been used. So I was like, oh, wow. So I went and I looked to see what it did. And I was like, wow, okay, it's like breaking the sticks from under my feet. I do wish that like it had more of Michael's essence in here. And I do wish like I heard somebody else say like they wish that it had more of his message in there because it just seemed kind of like a destructed like nature type zone. And it was like, okay, what's the message to wrap this all up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's pretty much my take on it.
Therese is like she bombed on I bombed on my Earth Song video. So what was your take on that room, Rocky?
When we went through the corridor with the fern and fauna thing, it did kind of give me a feeling of Disney. Like when you go through a little terrace way and it's like Disney. But overall, as the room as I went inside the room, I was like, it could have been better if I had to tell you the truth. This could have been an opportunity for the estate to sort of like, go outside literally with real trees and real birds and real stuff. They could have, you know what I mean? I think it was decent for the most part, but it just wasn't really one of my favorite rooms. That's pretty
I
much.
like the red side better than the green side. The red side felt like a Michael type thing. The green side, maybe because the plants just didn't look as realistic as a plant. And I agree it needed some messaging, especially like with all the global warming stuff happening. It's one of those things that there could have been a message, but
Yeah.
I like the room only because of the people I was with. Like they made that room so funny. I was just like Jennifer and Toy had me like rolling. So it's one of those like if you have funny people like these two, it's a whole different room. Because the second time I went, it didn't have that same energy because we were with way more people and everybody was just rushing because we're just coming out for the birthday celebration. So it's my least favorite, but I love that video tree thing a lot. Like it's interesting. Like I love the video op, but then after that, I was like, okay. So now we're in ta-da. You rock my world. Thoughts. We'll start with we'll start. I was going to go start with Rocky Bush. I think she had to take a second. Go ahead. We'll start with Tori.
Okay, so this was another surprise room.
What happened
I
to
wasn't expecting it because Invincible is basically like an underrated album, so I wasn't expecting them to pick this. But I loved it. I loved the room. Like I wish, I think one day I ended up spending a long time in there, and it was fun, like moving the glitter and stuff around on the screen. I do wish that the lamps actually had worked. That would have been cool. Or if like how like MJ Fangirl was suggesting at the beginning how they could have made Smooth Criminal like the lounge room. This could have also been that if they had like more space in there, just kind of having us sit in that club type setting and stuff. That would have been really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree. How about you, Jen?
See, for me, I love Invincible, and I appreciate that they picked this song. But for me, this was like a miss. It was just like a big screen in the room. I felt like they could have done a lot more with this song. But like you guys said with Earth Song, for me, this was like with the people I was with, they made it fun. So that's my other part. Like it was all right.
And you, MJ Fangirl?
I liked this room. I do think that it was a missed opportunity for me because we were rushed. Like the next day when I got home and I was editing, and I was like, I remember these booths from the video, but I'm not exactly sure what. And now I realized that this is where like Michael kind of slid behind all those, like that curtain. That's where he slid behind. And I'm like, oh, that could have been a cool, like, I don't know, like fun little video idea or reel or something that I could have done. And so I don't know. Like I loved the room because I thought, wow, this is unexpected, and it's Invincible, it's underrated. But at the same time, I feel like because it was rushed, I didn't get a chance to like fully take in that I was like, what part of the video was I in? That felt a little bit disjointed to me. But yeah, I liked it.
And you, Rocky?
This would actually be my second favorite room. Again, I do think that they could have utilized the space of it, but for what it was, I think it was very clever. I liked the little cabanas, and I do agree. I think the lamps. I was trying to turn it on. I was like, wait, what? It didn't turn on, but I think it was. I like this room. I really do.
And I agree. I think what the overall issue with the whole immersive, it was rushed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, if we were in New York, we would be able to stay in those booths as long as we wanted to. But of course, they had a lot more space. So we really can't compare when the real estate's so much smaller. But it's like, I'm starting to like realize like that was the issue. We were not rushed in New York. We were very rushed here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I liked it though. But the interactive screen, we had the same drama in New York. It interacted when it felt like it. So it's like it did a little better in New York, but I was like, I love this screen, but if we're waving, please respond to us. Like, great concept
glitter
though.
in New
Yeah,
York too?
I think New York was a little bit more magical, but it might have to do with we had more space. I think you need more space for that to work better. I don't like, it's definitely the same thing we had in New York, except they had Thriller on the screen. Just like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And Billie Jean. Since this was MJ Fangirl ever experiencing, what was your thoughts?
Well, I loved this room. To me, this was the best room. Again, another missed opportunity for me personally. I was like, they had like the floor, the breaks where lit up, but I didn't realize that the background was the background. Like, so if you look straight on to the background and you danced like in front of that, you would have been in Michael's kind of like, from Michael's point of view, you would have been like right there. So I loved the room because it was pretty much true to form, like true to the actual music video. And then same thing with like the recreation of the stores and then the light up trash can. And I also love that they had the interactive like little video screen to the side, not like Earth Song where it was like right in the middle, but you could go to the side and do that. So I really liked that it was separated. But yeah, this was to me the coolest room. The only downside is I didn't see the photographer, so I didn't get any Polaroids or anything like that.
Oh, that sucks.
So
we had that same issue on our first time there. So I didn't get a picture the first day. I got the picture the second day. But I'm surprised you missed it because he was there.
He
Because we
was
were in
there.
the same time frame. So I wonder like if he was just reloading or something.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that part at all. So
that sucks. Jennifer, this is also your first time. What was your experience?
I like that. I like the interactive floor and the photographer. I appreciate that he took the time to take a picture of myself with Mike on the background. And I just love that the floor lit up. And I thought when they recreated like the stores, that was pretty cool. So I liked it. I like this room. I have to say it's my favorite room.
And you, Tori?
I have to agree with everyone else. Like this room captured that short film, like probably the best out of all of the rooms. And it was great. Like even I'm looking at the mannequin with like the clothes and stuff, even down to that blue shirt detail, like with the sapphire celebration. Like I thought that was a nice touch. And the light up floor, I was like, I want to experience that, because when I saw it from your New York immersive experience, I was like, oh my gosh, like they actually recreated that. So I was like, I would love to do that. So I was glad they had that there. And it provided a lot of like dance opportunities, room to dance. Only thing that sucks is like the lighting around like that phone booth was not good. And so I got my picture taken. I was like, yeah, we're not letting this one out the gallery. but this room was great. I think I spent the most time, at least the first time, I spent the most time in this room.
And Rocky?
Oh, this one is hard. Only because having the experience in New York City, this would be considered like the baby version of what I experienced the first time in New York. I do appreciate this as well, this room, and I agree with you with the phone booth. It wasn't lit up, which is what I was expecting. I don't know if one of you guys seen the trash can light up. I still haven't seen that. Even in New York, I didn't see that. Did it light up for you guys?
Not for me.
I didn't even
the third day it lit up.
Wow.
Yeah, I missed on that, but this was a decent room as well. It was really, when I first went in, there was 2 photographers, so I saw them.
Shelly writes, this was her favorite room, so much smaller than the one in New York, but still my fave. I would have to say this was my favorite too. I would say this was my favorite room, and then the second favorite was Smooth Criminal. This one really felt like you were part of that Michael Jackson short film.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the only issue was they just didn't have the same space that New York did. But I'm really, really, really happy they did this anyway, because this is something really different from last year's brunch. So someone was joking like, oh, we got less food for breakfast because of the immersive, and I'm like, you're probably right on that one.
That was my theory. I was like,
hey Shay. So but so with that being we have one more part. I'm sorry. The media, so that the gift room and the media room was put together. So in New York, our televisions were in the beaded room and our media was legitly completely separate. So we didn't, again, it was probably a space issue. But what did you guys think about the televisions that had all the short films showing on it?
Oh, I loved it. I still love it.
That's my favorite room.
I
No.
love it.
I mean, honestly though, that was like so impressive to me. I stood there for a while and I was just like, wow. And I love the touch of having all the older school TVs. Like I remember, for example, watching the premiere of Remember the Time when I was like 5 or something like that on one of those TVs, like one of those brown TVs, you know, that they had at the bottom of the display, and then the TVs that have the VCR player inside of it. That's like what I used to watch some of my MJ tapes on. So I thought that was very, very neat. And it really showed like that Michael, you know, he went through all those eras of technology and whatnot.
I loved it. You're right.
Oh, that's a nice take.
Leah writes, the Michael Jackson estate should run things by y'all before they finalize any decisions. I'm going to keep it real with you. I couldn't do this to this level. Like, actually, for my job, I do something similar where the people, like, we have people like in positions like Karen for the estate. We have people for the people that I work for and freelance with. It's really hard to do stuff like this. What I do, sometimes they'll ask my input once the creative people do something, but it's hard. I'm like, I do not envy anybody running Michael Jackson's estate. It's too much. It's too many little details. But maybe have a fan, I guess, analyze it after the concepts are done. But
yeah, focus group. I'll be a part of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I definitely have a lot of ideas. Like, you know, so if the estate's watching, hi.
Hi. Yeah,
hey,
agree.
We can submit some after the initial concepts are done.
Right.
Submit some ideas or some feedback.
Yeah. Well, Christy wants to put a Remember the Time room. Christy, I'm here with you on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
God.
would lose it.
Oh my God.
That would be cool.
Yes. Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
For those who never experienced New York, what rooms were you hoping to see in Vegas that you didn't see?
Remember the Time.
No. Like, let's say you got to be in New York. What room would you want from the New York side to come to the Vegas side?
Oh,
all of it.
Beat it.
She said all of it.
She said, "Give me Thriller 40 again."
I'll take that plus this.
Yeah, I just wish that it was a little bit more immersive. I don't know how to say it. Like, I didn't really feel immersed. Like, it felt like a cool exhibit, but I didn't feel like what I was hoping. Like that. Oh my gosh! Wow! Like when I finished the exhibit, to be honest with you guys, I didn't feel like, ooh, I want to go back one more time. Like I was just like, okay, that was cool. That was good. But it didn't make me feel like I wanted to go back. And maybe, you know, I will say this. What I really would have appreciated in all the rooms would be to see Michael on the screen somewhere. Like, can I have Michael on the screen? I mean, maybe that's what was missing for me.
You know what? I really do think I think the estate should actually think about having maybe a building and rooms of these videos for people to just be in. Shay goes bad, you know, the subway station and having that there, and you know what I mean, like a space just for that. There's a whole building of all these immersive short films of Michael. I think, you know, and maybe you can charge people to go in $25, who knows, and just have it as a stable set.
That would be cool.
That'd be nice.
I go all the time. I've lived there.
Yeah. Especially
I think like the biggest issue that you guys have versus New York, there just was no space. So there's no way that you could have been immersed if someone's like legitimately saying you have to go. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think that was the issue. Like you didn't get to pick how much time. I think we were in the beat it room minimum hour and a half.
Like more
minimum.
than 2. Yeah. That's really close.
And see, that's you don't get to appreciate all the elements until like you're gone. Like that's what I was saying when I was watching my footage back. I was like, wait a second. Like for the You Rock My World, I recognized the booths, but it wasn't registering to me like what part of the video it was from or whatever. And like after I was like, wow, what a missed opportunity there. Like I could have taken this cool picture or whatever. Like I don't know. I just wish that it was a little bit more. I don't know. I just wish, like you said, Trish, that more space and then less rushing.
Yeah.
I agree.
We only had one room we had to leave. It was Thriller, which was fine because that was the one that didn't even have the elements to really rock with it. It was just like, oh, performance. All right, get out. The other rooms, you were in there minimum 40 minutes.
Right.
Each
Okay.
room.
What were the rooms that were in New York again?
Billie Jean.
There was Billie Jean. Then there was the Thriller Waiting. I'm going to call it Thriller Waiting. Then there was Thriller. Then there was an interactive area where there was more than just that screen thing. There was like VR. There was also a Dolby room where you can listen with Dolby sound. There was like nothing but stereos everywhere. And all you heard was like human nature everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
And then after that, there was like a then Beat It basically.
Beat It.
And then after that was the gift room, which was way more.
Oh, that's what I forgot.
Yeah.
I do have. Well, we'll get to that now. Actually, that's a good transition. The gift shop.
Yeah, the gift
Who
shop.
wants to take the gift shop first?
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
I was expecting like a variety of like basically how maybe not on the massive scale that the New York one was, you know, since there is like the MJ1 store downstairs, but I was expecting like a variety of different like designs, and I don't know. It was very limited, and it could have just been because of the space. Who knows? I was talking to Gadget, and I was like, it would have been cool to see that logo have like glitter on it, like some sort of glitter, like silver, maybe gold. You know, I ended up getting that black shirt. It was interesting because if you're not in the right lighting, you can't be able to tell like what it is, or unless you're like up close. But yeah. And then there's the paperweight. I swear they probably got like asked 5,000 times every time a group of people came through, is it real sapphire? And they had to tell them no. Why is it that price?
What was your thoughts on the gift shop, MJ fangirl?
So I wish that there was. So I didn't buy anything, and that's unlike me. I didn't buy anything at all this entire trip. And I will say something that I've been saying a million times over and over. I say it in all my videos when I talk about events and stuff. There's no Michael. Like, I would like to see his face someplace. Like, I'm sick of these logos and icons. Like, if I'm gonna pay 45 or 85 or even 30, like, I would like to see his face on stuff and not these logos. That's just my opinion. Like, I would have appreciated, especially since we're from the immersive experience, like, why not have like a collage of the music videos from like the Vision cover, or like those TVs, have that set up with the TVs, have that on the on a shirt. Like, I would have bought that with no hesitation. And I bought the Diamond Celebration one because I thought that it was very cool. It had like the little rhinestones and stuff on the front, and it seemed like a very a nice shirt or whatever. It said Michael Jackson very clearly on the front and the back, and the sleeves and stuff. So I just felt like it could have been a little bit more for what it was. And I don't know about the paperweight, but I know that people want it because I saw that Hector Barjot, the collector, he said that he was gifted one. One of his friends got him one and sent him one. So he's a big collector. So for some people, I guess, you never know. Not for me though.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of was mesmerized by the crystal. I was like, this, it's just like the Titanic. It's been 84 years, and I would have had this little diamond thing. It looks nice, but I agree. I agree with the price.
I loved the merch. I think I'm the only one who loved it. I would have got the paperweight, but the 175, dog, you lost me on that. I would have priced it no more than $50, but it's beautiful. And I wouldn't have called it a paperweight. I would have called it something else. Because I'm like, that's something I would have had on a shelf. So I'm like, But it was just too much money. It was just like I got the t-shirt, the tote bag, and the sweatshirt, and I think I paid maybe 175 for all, or 165 for all three. Um, but everyone was not really happy about the merch. I think I was the only one like, oh, and I feel like the tote bag was the most popular thing of the four items. Like I saw a lot of people walking around either with the tote bag or the black t-shirt with the blue on it.
Yeah.
So
It would have been nice to see even like a shirt. You know, the theme is blue. Like a shirt, like I don't know, some sort of like it could have been like different shirts with him wearing blue. Like there could have been one where he's in the Smooth Criminal short film, or even maybe
when
even like the
when he did the
Invincible signing or something.
yes, that would have
Yeah.
been dope.
How
Yeah.
about the Invincible album cover was blue, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I had this shirt.
Oh, that
That
would
would
have
have
been
been
perfect.
nice.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Well, the only
I don't
we
hate
got
the merch. I don't hate it. I just
right, but it didn't make you want to spend your money.
Right.
right
Yeah,
because
they
I'm
could've upped
still
it.
I'm still like dealing with the fact that I spent 125 on that diamond celebration hoodie, and I only wore it 3 or 4 times because I'm like I gotta preserve every diamond on here.
It was real diamonds on there.
No, it was like
What the heck?
I was like,
little rhinestone things. But
Yeah.
I didn't really wear it, so I was like, I wore it maybe 5 times. I've worn it 5 times because I was trying to preserve it, and I'm like, okay, I want this stuff. It's cool, but it's not like pulling me like it would if I had Michael's face on it, where I wouldn't have been able to resist that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how it was with the MJ store last year. It's like, all of us are collectors, so you have to really bring it for us to like spend money on things that we have a huge collection already. I think the only reason why I got the stuff from the Sapphire collection, it's where you see Michael Jackson stuff in blue. And then of course you have this memory that you came all the way from New York to celebrate him again. So I went for it. I just left that crystal behind though. I would love the crystal.
I just want to
If
have it.
if Hector Barjot has a friend who has an extra crystal, I would like a gift too.
I think Hector mentioned online. I spoke to him briefly because he posted about the crystal, and he says there's only about maybe 120 left in the world, I guess, or something like that. I was like, oh, it's limited.
I'm curious because I remember after the diamond celebration, I went back to Vegas the year, or was it 6 to 8 months after, I think for like a work trip or something, and I saw they had those hoodies still in the actual MJ1 store. So I'm curious to know, what will they do with whatever's left over? Will there be something on sale? Because at the Thriller 40 New York event, I saw that all that stuff that they had there did end up on michaeljackson.com. So
if they're smart, it should go on the website. And if they're really, really smart, just put it in MJ1 store, so you're forced to go to see MJ1 just to get that. Or just go to the gift shop.
Yeah.
If I went back to Vegas, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get that stupid $175 paperweight. I regret not buying it. I don't know why I have I should have got it.
I'm sorry to say, but I was just mesmerized by it. I was like, oh my god.
There's something about it. I'm like,
Yeah, something about it. Just like yeah.
So okay, that's what it looked like. Look at Jim posing. That was a photo op too, where Jennifer's at on the right, but that should have been like an official photo op, because maybe where you put your email in and they give it to you.
Yeah.
If Tori and Jennifer wasn't with me, I'd have been screwed, because I'm like, I had nobody take pictures of me. I was like, thank God y'all were there.
Yeah.
But in the New York experience, you didn't need a photographer. There was always something taking the picture of you.
Yeah.
But I love that little photo op where Jen's at.
Wait,
did anybody
can you go back to the were those things for sale up at the top? Those little block things? Or were those holding the gin?
That's holding the gin.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah. Okay.
Did anybody get the Thriller and Chiller drink that was right across from the Immersive?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What was it? Was it juice?
I didn't get the alcohol one, but I got the non-alcohol. It was like a slushy. I got the Chiller. Which one did you get, Jen?
Thriller.
But wait, you could have gotten it with no alcohol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I should have done that.
I should have done that.
They should do
Yeah,
it again.
I don't hold liquor well, so it's like it's not that I don't drink. It's just I don't want to lose my equipment or lose my memory. It's like
Mhm.
I knew it was going to be a long day, so don't drink.
Hmm.
The
Oh,
chiller
I
was.
didn't know that. Well, that's good to know. When they not if when they do the immersive again, ask the people who work it to take the picture.
Mhm.
That's true.
I was like, um, we're up to the Q&A. Haha. So we just saw a live literally an hour before. I like the live. I wish they had more Q&As. That's my only
Mm.
feedback. And I love the performance. But I like I like the Miles Frost segment. It was really inspirational. It's kind of like what we've been talking about on this channel about just living your dreams, putting a lot of hard work, being focused, being disciplined. Like Miles was saying everything that resonated with me. Maybe that's why I really like this part. But MJ Fangirl, what was your thoughts on the Q&A for what you were able to see?
I did enjoy what I was able to see. It was interesting to hear the story of how Miles Frost was pretty much like almost handpicked for this role. And I thought it was interesting because it's like, you see, when they are coming out with like this show and they're calling for open worldwide auditions and this and that, but they had this guy pretty much handpicked who they wanted after seeing him online and doing his private audition and stuff. And I thought, wow, like I guess this was kind of like his destiny in a way to portray Michael Jackson. And although I really did love MJ the musical, um I know that he's not in the New York one anymore, but he's going to be in the London one. So I guess this was a good opportunity for them to kind of like promote the upcoming shows in London as well. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I only was there for like maybe the first 30 minutes or so because my camera died, and since I'm on YouTube, I gotta go get that stuff charged. But I will end up watching the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely check it out. We just saw it. It was really good. What was your thoughts? I guess MJ, not MJ Fangirl, Rocky.
I liked it. I think it was informative on how they, like you said, they handpicked him, they chose him, they saw something in him, his work ethic, what he had to learn, what he had to overcome, and then they had that segment of him performing. And was that a talent show at his school or something like that? And then
When he was 16 years old, yeah.
yes, and I was like, oh my goodness, all the stuff that he did. I was impressed. So this was a good segment. This was a good
And
part.
Jen?
I love how they put his audition tape, like what brought them to choose him. I think that was pretty cool. I had never seen that. And I like how he just gave his background and where he came from to where he made it. It was very inspirational for anybody who aspires to do something. Like, you don't have to be a pro just to get started. You just put your stuff out and you might get chosen to play MJ. You just never know. So that was pretty cool.
And last but not least, Miss Tori.
I thought that everything like he said was great. The part that I really, really loved is when he was saying, stay true to yourself, and don't try and be anyone else. Or if you're portraying a character, don't make that be your personality outside of, the production. Be yourself, because he said you'll find that it's easier when you're just yourself rather than, working hard to trying to keep that like fake persona up. So I thought that was great. Like you said, I do wish there was more like Q&A. They handed us those cards and we wrote down the questions. I'm not sure how many people participated in that, but it did only seem like they probably got max 3 questions answered from the audience. And I don't know. It kind of sucked because I did have a question, but
I feel
Yeah.
like when you have a guest like Miles Frost, you really shouldn't have a Q&A. Like, he was like, so I like this segment a lot. actually, before we continue, I am going to just say goodbye to my awesome, awesome friend MJ Fangirl. She has to go. It's like, but
Bye.
but I
Bye, it's nice meeting
appreciate. We
you.
almost made the whole thing too. I was like, yes, we got far.
I know. Thanks for having me. It was lovely chatting with you, ladies, and lovely chatting with you guys in the chat. And yeah, I will talk to you guys all soon. Find me on
Bye,
MJ
baby.
Fangirl TV.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Anybody else have any thoughts about the Q&A?
Let me see.
No, that was it. That was it for
Right?
me. Yeah.
I would actually recommend seeing it. I will when I do the description, but I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight because I'm so tired right now. I will have the links to the Miles Frost. I call it TED Talk. It was more like a TED Talk.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
I loved it. So I would definitely watch it again, especially like, we really want to like tap into our potential and never be discouraged. What do you say? Hard work always pays off. So
Yeah.
I loved it. Um, oh, everyone said goodbye. Y'all so sweet, MJ fangirl. Um, the next one is Michael Bush. Now, y'all see this picture I got? That's the only moment I had with Michael Bush. And then he was gracious enough to interview on my freaking channel, and my stupid behind did not press the button. So that's all I got right there.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, I hate those. That's like one of my biggest. I hate that when I'm thinking I'm recording and I'm not.
No, I've
Oh,
had this happen several times. For me, this was Thriller Night last year all over again. I
oh my
got
God.
anxiety. I got nervous. I was talking to Tori yesterday. I said, I need to vlog more often. So when we have big events, I'm not fluttering. Because it's like, I don't vlog anymore because I don't go outside. So last time I vlogged, I think was basically like last year. So I messed up. Michael Bush, can I get a do-over, please? So I didn't go to the book signing, but I learned from Tori and MJ Fangirl that this book is out of print. So when we go next year, I'm going to manifest we're going next year that I'm probably getting 2 books signed by him. If you go on eBay, these books are worth a lot of money now, signed or
Thousands.
unsigned.
Oh,
Wow.
So make sure if you have not seen MJ the musical, MJ1, come next year, make sure you get your book signed by Michael Bush. It is officially out of print and they're worth a lot of money right now. And most important, it's really a good book. Like,
Yeah.
so I didn't go to this part, so I can't speak on it. So we'll just take it to the people who went. So that's Tori, right? Did you make it to the Michael Bush thing?
Mhm.
What was your experience?
I will say, I think it was a lot more people. Like, I want to say it went overtime. It went overtime than what it was scheduled to, and I didn't unfortunately get to ask him like any questions or anything, but he did sign like pages that we wanted signed instead of just like the front page that they were like giving an example on, and he wrote like a Michael quote for me. And he was like telling me, because I wrote the quote wrong. I was like, correct me, please. And so he was like, let me know what it was. He was so nice. And I asked him to sign my jacket. So he signed like the inside of it. Prince did too. He signed it in the brunch, but he signed like the other side. And then again, I guess this is his second year doing this. He had a book and he let all the guests sign it. So I just basically wrote on the same page in the same thing that he wrote in mine, but I just put my name. So it was still good.
Yeah.
And you, Jennifer, is this your first time meeting Michael Bush, or were you with us in New York when we saw him at the Hard Rock Cafe?
no, this was my first time meeting him. I do have the book, but mine is in a storage. So I had a glove, and I appreciate that he signed not only his book, but something else. And I had a glove that he signed. Mine was quick because I had a rush to go get changed, but he was really nice, and I like that he had his book for us to sign for him. That was a neat idea.
That's awesome. Michael Bush is a sweetheart. He's one of those people. If you are ever lucky enough to bump into him, he's going to really give you his time. I'm sure he couldn't give the time. You guys said it was a lot of people. I will say this. I noticed a lot of things were rushed because it was just so many activities. These are good problems to have, But now we know we need more cushion time for future birthdays. I was like, dag, they filled this event up. You
Yeah.
got your money's worth on steroids. Meet and greet at 5:30. Now, I must have manifested Brandy because I said I really want to see Brandy and Dante. Spoiler, I didn't get Dante, but it's so cool when you think of something and it happens in real time. I was like, huh. Because I remember, no, I'll be honest. We got there maybe 5 minutes to 6, thinking that we had till 6:30 to be in there. The lady wouldn't let us in. And thank God another usher let us in. So as I'm waiting online to meet Jackie, Brandy's right there. And I said, oh my gosh. Like, it was just like, wait, you're here. I was like, Jackie, who? I'm just kidding. I met Jackie several times just for disclosure. So I said, no, I've never met Brandy. And for those who don't know, Brandy was a huge advocate for this whole thing with her uncle. Shout out to Brandy. So I was glad I got her. Thank you, Shelly, for taking the picture. Woo woo. Who was the people that you guys met during meet and greet? Jennifer first.
It was Jackie, his kids, Brandy. Who else was there? It's all a big blur, just meeting people here, here and there. But I think meeting Brandy was really cool because I wasn't expecting her to be there, nor Jackie either. But just like it was all a whirlwind. It was really awesome though. I appreciate Brandy because it's hard to see her. Jackie, you can like see him at the shows or if you go to like a Jackson show, but Brandy's really hard to find.
I agree. Scarlett, right? She fangirled out when she saw.
My gosh.
And she's so down to earth and so cool. She was talking to me. I can't disclose what we said, but I loved her. I really enjoyed every moment with her. I was like, because we only had like 10 minutes in there max. So I was like, these are the best 10 minutes ever. And Tori, who did you meet during the meet and greet at 5:30?
So first I was this sounds so bad. I don't know, maybe you'll talk about this part. But I first walked in there and I seen the massive line. I was like, I wonder who that's for. It was for John Branca. And I was like, line's long, I'm gonna go get some cupcakes. And this year I actually got some cupcakes. I got 2 different flavors. And so I'm eating the cupcakes, right? All I see is Jackie Jackson and Brandy Jackson and Emily and Jalen and River. And I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, this is happening right now. It sounds so bad. I said, what are cupcakes? I tossed them suckers, cleaned my hands off the icing. And it was so funny. We saw Brandy walk by. And it was just like, oh my goodness. She was so sweet. And Jackie was nice. I know it was a lot. It was overwhelming for him, but he was still so nice to us. And shout out to him and Emily. Those little boys are so well mannered and they're so respectful. Oh my goodness, that Jackson family has some amazing values. But Prince was there, and I was trying to go up to Miles because I was going to ask him the question that I didn't get to say or didn't get answered in the Q&A. And unfortunately, somebody was meeting him, and then I think he had to go. So I was like, oh, it's all good. Now I got a picture with Jackie first, but it kind of came out shaky because we were trying to rush. So I ended up getting back when we had better lighting and everything. And he's so nice. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. He was just like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh my gosh. And then took the picture and I was like, it's still not real. It's still not real to me.
Rocky, were you able to get any pictures with anybody? Because I know you were in a group with me, which means you had a very small window.
I was online to go and meet Jackie, but then after that, I looked over and then I looked back to Jackie. He's gone. So that was like, what just happened? I didn't really get any opportunity to meet anybody, unfortunately. So once we were in the front where Jackie was or where Brandy was, I had to just walk all the way in the back to get the cupcakes or the cake or whatever. After that, they were really getting people out, so I didn't get a chance.
Were there any vegan options on the cupcakes? I didn't even get a chance to walk back there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Mm. It was very
Please,
sweet.
please, yo, I know we're a very small percentage of this world, but a lot of people have dairy allergies. Hopefully next year they'll have vegan options. I might, even if it's a little tray of 12. But
Mhm.
I mean, I eat vegan dairy, what do they call it, cupcakes and stuff all the time. It tastes the same to me. So I don't know. Maybe I've had been vegan too long to even know the difference. But
Yeah.
it was cool. And last but not least, MJ1 performance. I could say this a million times. This is one of my favorite Michael Jackson things to see, period. What
Yeah.
were your thoughts, Rocky?
You already know me. Every time I watch it, I'm always in tears at the end of it. Like it was just fantastic. I think the highlight of we're talking about the show, correct? The
Mhm.
highlight of the show was Dancing Machine. I'm like, holy crap! Oh my god, you see Dancing Machine? Oh my god, it was just amazing. I was just dancing and singing. And
How about you, Jennifer?
See, I've seen it from the center, and the back was my first time seeing it in the front row. That was a completely different experience. You feel like you're part of the show. I actually got to be pulled in to like take the. I don't want to spoil the show, but they have this little moment, and I got
like,
to be part of it, and that was awesome. I don't think I'm ever going to like the middle and the back. I'm always going to choose the front part, and then how do I say this without spoiling it? There was another part where you might get scared, and if you're looking around, because then you're in the front, you can't really see the screen unless you're like looking to the side.
oh, that's
I never
true.
know what might scare you. I'm just gonna say that, but it was awesome. I recommend anybody see it like in the center, and then see it at least once in the front row. It's
You
epic.
just real quick. As long as I've watched, seen MJ1 since 2013 on till today, I've never had a middle seat ever. I should experience that. I need to see what's like around.
I'm thinking about doing the MJ1 VIP experience. I don't know if that's an option on his birthday, but maybe do it the day before, like on the 28th.
Right.
Because usually, if you buy the ticket on the 28th, it does count for the brunch.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
So I really hope that if they do it, I would love to do the MJ experience and like really get like a premium experience. Because I feel like every year I want to do something different every time I come to Vegas.
Mhm.
So everyone is loving Rocky in this this picture.
Yeah.
She more than okay.
I am alright. Yeah,
And
that was cool.
Jennifer, what was your experience like? Well, actually, I think I missed somebody. It was Tori or Jennifer.
Hmm?
Who didn't answer the question? I know Jennifer said she likes it better in the seat that she was in, but I just blinked out literally. This is what happens to do 2 lives back to back with no sleep.
Oh. Oh wait. Okay. So I think you missed me, but
Okay.
oh, let's think. I've seen the show 3 times, and each time a different song stands out to me. Um, this time I don't want to give nothing away. All I'm gonna say is Little Michael. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna have to second what Rocky said. Dancing Machine. If you heard anybody screaming in that theater this year, it was me
Oh, that
when
was
that part came up. I was like, oh my gosh, like it was, and then the effects and stuff on the screen, it was great. I try to get in the middle and like on the floor because there is a cool like experience that happens, and if you sit farther back you might miss it, but there is no bad seat in that theater. Like wherever
We
you
were in the
are,
last
there's
row, literally, and I love the show. But I'm like,
yeah,
maybe
that's
next year, you know, if God allows me to have the upgrade, why not just do the whole experience, get better
yeah.
seats?
Yeah.
It's my by far one of my favorite Michael Jackson things to see over and over. I just never get tired of this thing.
Yeah. Oh no, never. Mm.
So
Eh,
that is pretty much the whole experience. Again, if you've never seen MJ1, please see it on Michael's birthday. You get literally, I think they used to just do cupcakes for his birthday. Now they're like upping it.
Yeah.
Now it's brunch. Now there's no two birthdays alike. We learned that the hard way. Even if they do provide brunch next year, it could be smaller. It could be
Mhm.
bigger. So now we know there's no two experiences the same. Sometimes you get one Jackson, sometimes you get three, sometimes you get more. So we just never know what to expect, but you still get more than a normal ticket on his birthday.
Mhm.
So, and the only thing I could say is it was a little bit too jam packed. But like I said, that's a good problem. Like, oh my God, it was too much to do. Oh, we're missing one more thing. It's not a part of the experience, but the Hard Rock Cafe. Tori, take it away.
Yeah, so there was a fan meetup and it was organized by Corey, who was from California. So if y'all know him, he's the one who makes a lot of like Michael related promotions and stuff happen at the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood. He actually put on the what do you what is it called? The Hill LA like free event for Michael's birthday in California. And it was also organized by Ron Pia as well. So it was supposed to be like, a fan meetup, and they said they were gonna play like I think they were gonna play like Michael's music. They played some Jackson songs, like when we were walking in there, Janet was playing. We heard maybe like was it like two Michael songs? Wait.
No, we started hearing more Michael on the way out. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, what? It was Janet, the J5, and then towards the end, it's like now y'all playing Janet. Michael, really?
Gotta catch a plane in the morning. Now y'all want to get the party started?
Yeah, that's the reason why we left. We all had early flights because I had a great time. We had Ron Pia with us. We had Wendy. We had Bill. It was a nice talking moment. But me being a New Yorker, I wanted to dance just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
You
I
tried.
appreciate the company. I did appreciate the company I was with. So, and of course, like y'all saw the little promo in the beginning, me, Jen, and Tori were just making the best of the moment. Absolutely. We were like, we're just going to dance in front of the Hot Rock Cafe. Why not? Twirl, twirl on
Yeah,
the street. Why not?
this was the one event. This is after the MJ1. This is the only thing I didn't get to experience. I don't know.
It's one of those things like only because I've never walked out of the Lexar. Let's talk about that. So how I got there was I went to go see the fountain at the Bellagio because Tori told me there's a Michael Jackson performance there with the water.
Mhm.
So then as the Uber's passing it, I said, "Oh snap, the Hard Rock Cafe's right there." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I could just walk back." So the Uber driver's like, "Oh yeah. It's about a 10-minute walk." And my cheap behind walks. For those who know me, yes, I walked in probably the most second dangerous city in the country. And I said, "Oh, we're walking because I ain't paying that $10." And that's how I brought it to Tori. I said, "Tori, where are you?" Because at first I thought it was in the wrong spot. Because at first I saw no MJ fans. And I'm like, "Where is everybody?" Then I saw the girls from Germany. I saw Ron Pia. I saw Bill. And I said, "Okay." I didn't see Tori or Jen. I'm like, "Where are they?" And thank God she comes around the corner because I was about to leave.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what that was because they were saying like I don't know why we had to have a reservation if it was practically like almost empty, and they said if you don't have a reservation, we're gonna have to sit you in the bar. So thankfully, I think like Jen had one, so they put us all together and they were like, well, we're gonna give them a tabletop, and then they put all the other fans in the
At the bar.
booths on the other side. And I was like,
well,
okay.
If I knew what I knew, I would have promoted this more because I think it would have been so much better if all the fans were there.
Right. Mhm.
We would have made them like, no, change it to Michael. We mean it. Because I was just like, it was a decent amount of people that came out, like maybe 20, but we needed like 40, 50 for that.
Yeah.
to like really take it to the next level. We could have like been in front of the Rock Cafe, dance, have a speaker. I just felt like it should have been a Moonwalker takeover, like for real, like take over Vegas for real.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just like New York in the sense of the magic you create is the magic that will be made. You
Yep.
kind of have to make the
You have to
magic.
create it. Yep.
It was just like me, Tori, and Jennifer, like trying our best.
Wait, but how was the food?
It was good.
Yeah.
That salmon, I wish
Yeah,
was bigger
that
than a
was
7-ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
someone said there wasn't enough promotion. If we go next, not if Tori's going next year, I'm pending. But if we go, we have something in mind, and we will promote. We will like have handouts. We just need like Vegas. Surprisingly, does not have the same nightlife as New York, and I was just like, come on now, all this lights and glitz. Where's the MJ party after MJ won?
Yes. Oh my God. They should do another party the way they did in 2013 for the premiere of MJ1. Take it to the beach.
Oh man,
Oh,
that
that'd
would have
be
been
nice.
so cool to experience.
That was amazing. That was like it was like Neverland. It was such a bizarre circus, but it was yeah.
There was the question Leah had. So Jackie is not usually at events. You can see him, of course, with the meet and greet during the concerts, but we missed a treat, man. I was just like, but if I had to pick, I'm sticking to Brandy because Brandy's way harder than Jackie. And most important, I met Jackie several times. Hey,
Yeah.
Jackie. So it's like it would have been nice to have the pictures with his sons, but if it's meant to be, you know where I live. Just kidding. Like they don't know where I live. Could you imagine it be like, oh my God, she worked for them?
But wait a second. I have a quick question. Is Brandy Michael's favorite niece? Because I know there's a picture of them two all the time. Is that it?
Listen, in my family, I have my favorites, but I never tell my favorite who the favorite is. So if he had a favorite, it's probably like our family. We'll never tell you.
That might have been the one that he just like saw a lot, kind of like how 3T was always over there at Neverland. That might just be what it was, because like Marlon lived in Atlanta, so it wasn't like they could always be together. So,
So the question is, did you have any magical moments? This is Cheryl. She and Leslie, they clearly bumped into these people. I'm here for it. I did have a magical moment, but I can't share it yet. That's in the next post. Did you have any magical moments, Jen?
I did. Sorry, you want to take it away? It was thanks to you that it happened.
Are you talking about the first thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking just on this day.
Oh, this day?
Oh, I would say this day, since it's about the birthday.
Okay. Ooh.
This day?
Oh, I
wait,
think one of your story. Who was in the gift shop? You didn't see that coming.
Who
did you get a picture with in the gift shop? I can't say it. For some reason, she hasn't disclosed this yet.
Wait, are you talking about the one walking out of the gift shop that was just like that?
Yeah, on the birthday. I could have sworn that's how you met that person again.
Tori,
I guess she's saving that
should I
for
say
her.
it?
I don't know. I was just trying. I know you had at least one magic moment on his birthday, and I thought that was it.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it? Should I just say it?
That's up to you. Unless you got another one.
I'll save it for tomorrow.
Okay. Stay tuned for her. It's so funny. We're like, next post. How about you, Rocky?
Yes. Magic moment was the first day. Me and Honey, and Shelly, we ran into Prince just randomly coming into the MJ1 store. And we just said, hi, Molly, hi, Prince. And then, of course, he says, oh, you guys are here. Hi. And then he says, I mentioned that I Amtrak'd all the way from New York City into Vegas. And so he was wondering, well, how long did that take you? Was it a good trip? And stuff like that. And then after that, we gave him hugs and we left. That was nice.
And you, Jen?
It was when well, I mean, it's of this day because we ran into Prince 2 prior, like a couple of days before, and that was pretty awesome. I had never met him before, and I was expecting. So we met Molly, the videographer, another young lady, and Prince. That was pretty cool. But for this day was actually meeting BG. I was not expecting that to
Oh
happen.
yeah.
I agree.
I'm like mind blown because, like I said, I met Prince a couple days prior, but BG, oh, he is so sweet, and I was not expecting to ever run into him. He's just so on the DL, which I respect him for that. So that was pretty awesome.
I'll give it.
Yo, Cheryl got a backstory to this moment. Was on FaceTime with my daughter, and both Prince and BG said hello to her. She fell out.
That's
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
This is true about Prince.
Mhm.
Prince hugged people like seeing extended family at a cookout. That's exactly what was my thought. I said he feels like extended family. It's like it's someone you don't know, but it's someone you're familiar with.
He feels
Yeah.
like the homie. Like I
Yeah.
don't know him like that. Like, but he just makes you feel like, and I guess I'll say this. I'll just say like it was. I'll just give a general thing like with the magic moment thing in general. Like the magic was just the interactions with the special guests and the fans. Everyone was so nice, and like the special guests, like they talked to you, they were patient. Like for example, Prince, like you could have just met him that first day and he's just like asking you questions like, oh, like complimenting you, like, oh, where'd you get your shirt? Or, just making you feel like comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So that was like overall magic for me.
Oh, someone asked a question. Is BG getting more comfortable around fans? Heck yeah, by a lot. You can't compare him to Prince. We discussed this in our last live, but he did a really good job. He reminds me of my nephew in the sense of he has like a little anxiety and he feels more comfortable in more intimate spaces. But considering everybody was like BG, he did a great job. Like all three of them. Like my hat to Miles Frost, Prince, and BG. That was a tough day. Mainly because there was no cue though. That was the number one issue. We had no direction on how not to hover around them, but we wanted to get a picture with them so bad. Yeah, but shout out to BJ. Good job. I'm here for it. You could tell there were moments he had a little anxiety, but it was really good.
I'll say,
go ahead, sweetie.
For the brunch, what was different from the brunch compared to the meet and greet was that I do feel like at the brunch, if anybody who wanted a picture with the guests, they could have got one. Like there was enough space and time. For the meet and greet, it was so many people and it wasn't enough time. It's probably like 30 to 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I said, this is the first time I can say this is a good problem. There was too much going on. I get it. It's a 65th birthday. Brunch is usually not a feature, for the record, if you guys don't know that. And in an ideal situation, something like this needs to start at 12:01. That's how packed this day was in terms of the meet and greets, the Q&As. My batteries ran out. That's how I missed my Michael Bush. And the irony is, the minute I cleaned my office today, I found the missing batteries. I was like, if I could do the experience over, I would have purchased more batteries just so I could never leave. Because I was like, I had the perfect outfit. I had sneakers on. Okay, we had a boot malfunction, so it was almost a perfect outfit, but it was a really jam-packed day. But I had a lot of fun. I really, really did. Like that was my first time ever hanging out with Tori, and me and Jen, even though we go back like probably 12 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never hung out with her. Like the most I remember doing with Jen is like thrill through the world. And one time me and Jen was dancing in front of the Apollo. I seen you once in Park Lawn.
Can I ask a question? Jen, were you there for the Bad 25 in New York City?
I was, yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
where I met you from. 'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
We've
yeah,
been
yeah.
around that I can tell you, but just me and her just never hung out. Like we would say hi, hugs, whatever, nothing but love. But I was like, in all the years I've known you, I never hung out to you until now. I had a
Right.
blast. I had such a blast with you. You are very, very funny and very
Thank
animated, full of energy. I was here for it all.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
she is.
I was like, oh my God, she's like me. That's interesting. Like whatever I do with her, she catched it and she was like, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to
Aw.
give too much away, but like Jen, one of them people, like she's one of the moonwalkers. If you want to go on some adventures and explore things, she's the one to go with. Like,
And she has a great sense of direction because I have the opposite. I have no sense of direction. So I was like, oh snap, she's like a walking Google map. This is awesome. We're not getting lost.
Yeah. I
Oh,
should check
Cheryl,
all
right.
the
I showed him my
different
Crocs.
ways.
Those are sick. Yo.
yeah, they were.
Yeah, Christy writes, I don't understand no line, no order. I don't know. Last year, like I said, last year it was really like different. We had to stay on line. And if we got off that line, security guard would be like, oh, get back on that line. Like you couldn't even be behind Prince last year. So hopefully if they do this again next year, we need a queue. We do not like to hover. We do not like to hover. We want y'all to feel comfortable. Like I said, all the guys did a great job. I wonder if I can get these pictures. I have more pictures from Cheryl. I just don't know if I have time to convert them. But I was just like, this is so, it was cool. Like, this was worth it. Like, if I could do the whole thing again, I'd have just been in Vegas longer. Cause like that's how much fun I had. I was just like, but it's definitely not like last year. It was more intimate for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the key things, the intimate brunch. It was.
Lord. Rocky called it.
I said it. I
She
told you.
called it.
Yeah.
So would you guys think about doing this again next year? Who's pending? Who's going? Not sure. We'll start with Jenny.
I want to go for sure, for sure. It was a blast hanging out with you guys, meeting you guys. I had so much fun. Definitely gonna be there either for a longer period of time. Definitely gonna pack something to eat and no sleep. This is a no sleep type of event. It just you never know what might happen. Magical things happen in Vegas.
Ah, I have to sleep, but I think if I stay there longer, like maybe have one day just to catch up with the sleep and then just go for it. Because I don't even do this in New York, but I think because we were all together, I felt safe. I was like, oh, there's 4 of us. Let's just go for it. Because initially I was by myself wandering the streets. Getting lost is always what I do best. So eventually I find a Hard Rock Cafe and then like met y'all there and it just worked out. Because I was like, I saw it. It's funny, like Vegas is not set up like New York. Like you think you're on the right path and like Jen had to teach me how to do the bridge. I was like, wait, what are you doing? But thank God I did figure out how to get there. I was only lost for like maybe 2 minutes because I had my app with me. But I was like, Vegas is really different to navigate with. But I was like, bring Jim with you. You'll be fine.
And just
so Rocky, yeah, don't do it alone. Like, I don't know what I was smoking because I just like la la la, breath out and everything. La la la.
Lord.
Rocky, what are your thoughts? Are you thinking about doing this? Pending? You don't know?
You mean going back to Vegas
Next
for?
year.
I'm gonna go follow my gut. Something says go to Gary.
Ooh.
Something because I don't know if you noticed, but there were years that they would bounce around. Because when we went to Gary, they were in Vegas, but when we went to Vegas, they were in Gary, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go to Gary.
Don't tell me that, Rocky.
I mean, no, but sorry.
No, usually we don't do Vegas every year. We do Vegas every like 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, and then somehow Vegas became a thing. So I'm like, knowing the estate, they're going to find a way to seduce us, and I'll be
They
back
gonna
in
do something,
Vegas
yeah.
again. I know it's going to happen. They did the same thing this year. Oh, this is the Sapphire celebration. We have immersive. We have merch. I was like, oh, guess I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if they commemorate Off the Wall 45 next year, that's gonna be my driving factor. Like, I would love to go again next year, but I gotta see how things are playing out.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that could stop me is the economy acting a fool. You know,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
really a thing. Like, let's not act like we don't see what we're seeing.
Mhm.
But if all goes well, God protects us and keeps us in His favor, then sure I'll be there. Like, because I honestly was like, I'm not gonna go. Then everybody made me feel bad. They're like, oh, we'll see you next year. I'm like, I'm not gonna be here. They were like, really? I was like, oh, what? So now I'm like considering going, but it's not like Tory where it's definite. Yes, it's more like we'll see how this plays out. Oh, so look what Leah wrote. I agree with this. Y'all need to be paid to be at these events. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
Nice.
Yeah, this has all been out of love. I know Jennifer's been on this journey with us from pretty much day one too. And back when New York was at its peak, that was a job.
It
Was
was.
to go to all the events because we would have so many events back then.
Oh yeah.
So it was just so glad to see you're still in it.
That's
Yeah,
a wonderful
definitely.
question.
Hold on, am I missing a one? Oh, has anybody met Catherine? I think
I did.
Rocky, right?
Hmm. She was at the Immortal tour. I think this,
Wow.
yeah, and when it wasn't MJ1, but it was Immortal. I think this was like 2011. And by chance, I left the hotel early and went to, this was in Vegas, by the way. I went to the performance and I didn't know, but I sat right above her. She was just right in front of me. I was like, oh my God. So then after the whole show was over, I guess they let her meet the fans. So I just touched her hand. I said, thank you so much for everything. And that was it.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
Jinx.
so awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. She's beautiful.
Yo.
She's a beautiful woman.
She is. Like, there was new pictures of her that surfaced, and I'm like, she still looks really pretty. Like, this is where these pretty kids come from, that pretty mama.
Mhm.
Joe Tutu, I'm loving them eyebrows. Like, his eyebrows is a whole zip code. I'm here for it.
That's where
But
Tito and TJ and
yes, I
3T
love
get
their
it from.
eyebrows. Woo-wee. But look at them pretty parents making them pretty kids. Oh, snap. Dad, y'all seen Catherine?
I wish
Yeah.
I could meet her. I would literally say thank you. I wouldn't even know what to say. Like,
Right.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I said thank you to her. I kissed her hand, I think, if I remember.
Now, Christy, we didn't see this coming. We just know that he's using that footage for a special project or it's like something for, he said social media or something. But I was just like, I was surprised though that they let us tape during that because usually stuff like that, they'll say, put your cameras away.
That's true.
Tori had the funniest angle of all times. Thank God Prince is really cute because she was like all in his lips, all in his nose. I said, oh my God.
No, because I was in this corner. Like, I'm in this corner, Jen's in front of me, CJ's to the left of me, and then Prince is to the right of me. There might have been somebody no, I don't think there was anybody in front of him. But like, I'm backed into this corner. So I'm like at a fair distance away. Whole time I'm just like recording like this. It just happened again.
I was like, dang. I said, this is the most unique angle of all times. I was like,
you were back in the corner? I didn't see that. You was like this.
No, hold on. I'm going to try to pull this video up, man. Y'all got to see this. If y'all have not seen this.
Let me see. Yeah.
I said, yo, she was all in it. I was like, she's like Prince, and all you see is just lips and a nose. I was like, wait, what?
And then especially it would be bad when my part to speak would come because he has a microphone in front of me, so I definitely have to move my phone back.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
Which
Prince.
one is it though? Okay, it's celebrating Michael Jackson, right? The new one.
Yeah. Oh God.
I said, what in the create? Listen, I'm here for a creative angle. I was like, I was like, wait a minute, I forgot Toy's literally behind Prince. That's why she got this angle. But now I feel like this angle should be a thing. We should call it Toy's angle.
Up close and personal.
Where's the thing with you and Prince? Oh, is it Brunch? Do you know the timestamp on this?
Let me find it.
I found it. Wait, I found it.
Got it? Okay.
We're at lunch. I just gotta find the profile. I was like, oh snap. Now talking about intimate, she gave the whole different meaning to intimate. Here we go. The famous angle. Pat, I need y'all to name this angle because Toy set this off. This will be a new trend. I'm not even being facetious or like sarcastic. This is like something for some reason that was intriguing to me. All right, and action. Oh wait, press play. I could play your video, right? I hope
if
not.
the biopic was to come out in like 2 years, like 2025. Movie premieres usually happen on a Friday. Michael's birthday falls on a Friday that year. So what if we did a movie premiere here in the MJ1 Theater with the screen?
Awesome. That's a really good idea.
It is.
And now, what about concert footage?
United We Stand 2001.
Yes, I can see Man in the Mirror.
Yo, she got CJ. Oh, thank God. This is adorable people.
Woo, woo.
It benefits the foundation if people buy it.
This is such a
Sorry?
cool
It
angle.
can benefit the foundation. if
The
people buy
Hill
it.
LA?
Yes. Oh, that's a great idea. Awesome.
We like to create like a community where like fans can sit together and we can like pitch out ideas.
Yeah,
Maybe like
yeah.
a solid thing. We could make like shirts and say, I don't know, like an idea or something. That,
Yeah.
You know, the
Well,
real
this is an
fans.
interesting thing.
Wow,
All
this
right,
happened.
y'all.
I didn't know that happened after the Q&A. We left after that, but I was like, what?
Oh, please see Tori's vlog because even though we were both there, I have like a whole different
Okay.
angle on it since Tori pretty much covered most of it. So then I'm like, oh, then I know what not to show again because MJ Fangirl and Tori did this. I'm the last one. I'm always the last one, but it's like
It's
so I
okay.
was like, I ain't mad because I got 2 videos out
Mm-hmm.
and 2 lives out. So I was like, no, I'm busy. I'm not being lazy this time. I'm gonna just be working on YouTube. Woohoo! So this is cool. But I love the angle. I just feel like we should use the angle more often. I'm here for it. I was like, what we gonna call
Like my perspective, looking this way, except it wasn't that close.
No, it wasn't that it was close. It was more like it was just a unique angle.
Uh-huh.
I can't
Like a
explain it.
POV.
I get really excited about things like angles and lighting, and I was like, "Now that's actually a unique angle." Like, I'm here for it. I was like, "Now y'all might see me use it for future projects. Just let me know. Let y'all know that I took it from Tori." They'll be like, "She stole Tori's angle," and
what about it?
And
I give her full permission.
So in New York, it's about 11 o'clock. So we're gonna wrap this up. You guys are welcome to stay on this part. I just wanted to make sure that my New York people can go to bed because they've been on almost 4 hours on live with me because I did 2 lives back to back. So I'm sure y'all want to go to bed. Or actually 3 hours. But oh wait. How did you guys like the merch? All right, so James, if you guys are not familiar with the Immersive in New York, James, compared to New York, you can't compare it. However, MJ1 store was epic this year. So maybe their merch didn't have to be such a big deal because MJ1 has the whole MJ1's exclusive to MJ1, if that makes any sense. And they just only gave us four items, and I bought 3 of the 4 items, but I feel like going back to Vegas just to go get the last item. I do regret not buying it. I'm like, what are you gonna do with this blue paperweight? I feel like I should put it next to my Sonic doll. I'm going back to Vegas. Anybody want to come back with me?
Even though I shouldn't.
I'm like, I really want that stupid diamond thing now or sapphire thing. But no, we had better merch only but I think because we had better merch because we don't have the MJ1 store, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah.
I liked it, but I like New York's merch better. I spent mad money in New York. I think I spent like $300 in New York. Not even I'm blinking. I was like, another t-shirt and another t-shirt. Yeah.
My bag is already like tearing.
What?
Oh no. If I go
was
back, I'll pick you up
$10.
one. Because I wasn't kidding about going back.
You weren't?
That was a brilliant idea. Tori got some good ideas. I really feel like Tori is like on a whole different level of fandom because you think like a marketer. I freelance for this brand and I think my brand would love you. I'm like, damn, you really put some thought into stuff. It's like, whoa. So I feel like I need to hire Tori for stuff. I see what he was doing. Hold on. It's lagging on my side. I'm sorry. I see what he was doing. Very smart young man. Prince is literally taking stock of what y'all want. He got plans. Yes.
Yes.
There's something I'm noticing, but I'm just in it. It's good. It's good what I'm noticing, but we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see.
Great ideas were given. I hope they take the ideas and execute them. I agree.
Yeah.
I would encourage y'all to come next year. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be there every year. Even at you guys know I'm budget. I took a bus this time instead of an Uber. I brought food from home. I was even more budget this year. It's still an expensive trip because you see the merch and then the merch and the food, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. I spent a lot of money. Compared to y'all, I spent nothing, but I still spent a lot. I think I spent almost $700, which is a lot of money for a budget trip. Oh, I love your outfit. I don't know who that's towards, but okay. Thanks. Whoever we all think. Yeah, James Smith. New York went nuts. Like,
Man.
New York store, it looked like every fifth person had a bag in their hand. And you keep in mind, New York had way more people than Vegas. It's like, oh, you have an MJ bag too? Everyone had bags. Oh, compared to Thriller 40. Oh no, Thriller 40 was way better than Vegas. You couldn't touch it. We had more space, we had more immersive, and we had more time to be in there. I think me and James were just in the lobby minimum for like 30, 40 minutes just talking about Michael. Like,
wow.
There was a lobby spot right in between the Beat It room and the gift shop, and that's how I met James. And we were just talking. It was James and this guy named Michael, and we were just talking for like 40 minutes to an hour, and no one told us to leave. So I'm like, nah, New York. It felt like a Michael Jackson club, and it so happily had stuff to play with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
It felt like a dream come true.
Oh my God. Do you remember? Wait, we're talking about the immersive, right?
Yes.
Remember how even when we went in the building, there was like that lobby, and then they had that screen. Oh my bro, even before we got in Billie Jean, there was a whole lobby.
Well, I would say what Vegas had over everything was that weird smoke thing, that smoke art. What the hell? That was fire. I was like, can you bring that smoke art to New York next time? They could even bring Smooth Criminal back, just make it bigger, and don't let that be a part where the fans leave. Let them have the option to take photo ops. I noticed the TikTok presence wasn't that heavy because we had no time to really TikTok. It was like, okay, next. But listen, it was free, so I ain't gonna like stress it. But if they ever do it again, space is a big issue, and the people being able to linger is something that people need to do. You want to take pictures, you want to pose, you want to make TikToks. We couldn't do none of that. Like, it was like, get in and get out.
Wow.
And they weren't rude about it. I'm not saying the staff was like that. It just was too small for us to linger.
It would be cool if, like, I wouldn't even mind them redoing like the You Rock My World room, and doing it like the Smooth Criminal one and having the breakdown performance.
Yes.
And then having like a picture, like some sort of life-size cardboard cutout of Michael or something.
Yeah. Considering the time frame and the space, there's only so much you could do. If it's a small space, it is what it is. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I went there twice. I had a really good time. But compared to New York, nah, bruh. New York wins. Oh, right. Look at this. Well, you're right, to Tori.
Tori, would you consider joining the MJ Estate marketing team because you really took Prince out with that suggesting it would be refreshing to have new eyes? Yo,
Yeah.
I could just simply like, because I feel like the marketing team might come with a lot of responsibility.
No, it
So,
is.
as of right now, like I would even just be thankful if they, listened to us, took in those suggestions, gave us opportunities to give them suggestions, and then even using them. I mean, I feel like they'd be using them, but like in different ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christy writes, more room, more immersive. Yeah, I think that's the issue. It was too small. So then you didn't have that immersiveness that we had in New York.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Germany had the same issue as Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was small, like Vegas. I was just like, oh, all right. So I don't know.
I'll say Germany. I really feel bad because I don't know. It just kind of that one really looked like an exhibit.
Yeah. That's funny. Shelly writes, we shut down New York. Yes, they were, and it was funny. They let us linger in there for an extra 45 minutes. Wow. That was like it was closed at 10. I think we got out of there at 10:45. I think around 10:30, the guy's like, oh, we're closed. I'm like, oh.
It was just the vibe. You didn't want to leave. Literally, you did not want to go. Even remember the once you was in the gift shop, not the gift shop, but like the merch room, and then you had to leave down that stairway. Even that was awesome. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they do with that building, but geez.
Well, also keep in mind, in New York, for those who don't live here, half of New York is abandoned, so there's always space.
There's always they can utilize
like in
all of
Vegas.
it.
Like I was looking around, I was like, there's no space. Like they did the best with what they had in Vegas. Because I say New York, child, you could find so many empty I guess old office buildings and old stores, so they could do stuff like that. Like in New York, the old Century 21 is now doing an exhibit for Harry Potter in New York, and it's huge.
And
it's like,
believe it or not, I spoke to them because I did went to that experience, and they were saying that they're going to stay there for a while.
Yeah,
so
because all the stores are closing in New York because no one can afford the rent, and it's like it's really bad here. That's why I was like, well, if the economy doesn't eclipse, I'll be here next year. Like, I'm waiting for a bad experience. I think everyone is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, revamp it.
Michael's face definitely has to be more upfront. We spoke about that before. That's another difference between the merch the merch in New York had more of Michael's face. I think that's why the stuff was selling better. So everybody, if the estate ever sees this, Michael's face is the moneymaker.
Yeah.
Right? He got them pretty parents who made them pretty kids. So I'm like, right. James will help you with the suggestions. Especially, especially with you being so young, I just feel like your perspective is completely different. Like it's so out of the box. Like Tori had like thriller promotion. She had stickers. She came in there like for real. Like she was not playing. It was like Tori was acting like she worked for the estate already. I'm here for it. Oh man. Let's see.
I was doing that to kind of. I didn't even know. I felt like they would have commemorative tickets, but we didn't end up getting them until the end of the show. But it would have been cool if they gave us more like keepsakes and stuff. So I was like, I'm just make these stickers and like give it to people, just kind of like to remember the memories. You know, like, oh, I got this from Vegas, and all this like birthday celebration stuff happened.
It was cool. You know what I liked? I don't think I have it near me. The estate gave us this commemorative ticket. Hold on.
Oh, yes. It's in my bag.
Hold on. I think it's. Don't look at my little shorts. I'm not naked. Because it looks like I'm naked, and I'm not naked. It's just I have shorts on. Now this is so cool. Hold on. This was sweet. Where is it? Solo me. It's lagging so bad now. Look at what they gave us. Hold on. Oh, you guys all have it. Hold up. It's like
Mine's in my bag. It's all the way down there.
So if anybody comes up to me, the only thing is it can't be my sisters. But if you're not in this Jackson sisterhood and you come up to me and say the book fairy, you will get this book to read and pass on to someone else, and there will be one of these inside.
Oh, nice.
So if I could find more stuff to put in the book, but no one came up to me and said the book fairy. So I came home with the book. I guess I should read it.
The book fairies.
But there's another event coming up, and I may be there.
Ooh.
So, you live in New York and you're not part of the sisterhood, and you say, "Hey, Gadget, the book fairies," I will give you the book.
Did you notice that this effect, like when you turn it one angle, it says in honor of the King of Pop's birthday, and then in another way it says Michael Jackson Sapphire celebration or birthday celebration?
Yeah, that ticket was fire. Like, I'm going to be using, I have at least another extra one just so I could read books. Like, you, Tori, got me into reading books now. I got the one from Remember the Time from Bill on the way. And of course, I have the humanitarian book. I'm like, oh, I need a bookmarker for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I also need a paperweight. When are we going to Vegas to go pick them up?
Yo, you might have to go to Vegas again. Did you end up going to that Stranger Things store?
The what?
There was a Stranger Things store in
Immersive.
Vegas.
There was a Stranger Things immersive.
Oh, it was immersive.
Yeah, and
you gotta go.
So I went to that one in June. That one was fire.
Was it better than this one?
I love Michael. Thank you for this free event, but it was thebomb.com.
No, listen. If Stranger Things is there next year, I say we take over as 1980s Michael Jackson fans. So we're still in the 80s, but you have your Thriller stuff on. Yo, Tori and Jen, we got to talk about things for next year. Even if I can't make it, I still want to be part of it.
You gonna make it.
Yeah.
You see? They had the room.
I was like, I didn't know it was there.
Wait, what is that?
The Stranger Things. Oh no,
she disappeared.
Oh shit, they had the room.
I can turn this off.
Yo, Jen, I love your background. For a second, it looks like real. I'm like,
okay, let me turn it off. Oh no. So it was like the room for Stranger Things. And then you can play arcade games. Oh, am I still on here?
But can you linger in there? Can we linger in there and act a fool?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can play free video games. They had like the locker room. And then the merch store was right in the middle of everything. They had Vecna in there. Where's Vecna?
Get your 80s gear ready. Get your 80s gear ready. We taking over. We're taking over.
We gotta go. Ooh, that day we could try that cafe thing.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that too. All right, guys. Before we go on a tangent, I would like to thank my special guest because we're doing this again tomorrow. We're doing the longer version on Tori. So we're up to 2 hours. Knowing Tori, it's going to be 4 hours. No, actually, it can't be more than 2 hours. Well, it could be 4 hours with her. I got to go after 2 hours. But with that being said, thanks to all my special guests. I love all of y'all. Thank you guys in the chat. I'm here for it. And please, we have more to talk about tomorrow on the Invincible Jackson's channel. Make sure you sub to her channel so she could come up with these awesome ideas and share stickers with y'all. And That's it for now. See y'all tomorrow on Tori's channel. Bye.
Bye.